Is it fun running in the mud, boss?
I forgot what that's like. Look at that, it's got a couple of grass flaps.
Let's have a look at the top. Oh my days. Hello, welcome to Popalong RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing. And here at Popalong, we're all about getting you guys out racing RC cars. Now, it's been said on the channel, sometimes we talk too much about racing and we need to just get back to basics and back to where it all began. If you're new to Popalong RC, Mark and I started Popalong just after COVID actually. So we were allowed out to do our daily exercise, but there were no clubs running and there wasn't anywhere for us to race RCs. So we got hold of some cheap RC cars, and at the time we were using the FTX Vantages, which were a fantastic budget entry-level car, and we'd race them at our local fields, local tennis courts, and it was all about getting people into RC. Overall, I think we've been really successful in getting more people racing, and I'm sure there's some people watching right now who have been racing since watching Popalong videos. But Mark and I haven't forgot our origins, and we still do pop along to our local fields and have a play. Unfortunately, there are a couple of issues with doing that, and the first one is the weather. Here in the UK, we tend to have really wet winters, and as a result, there's not a lot of places we can run our cars outside. And then my local council, anyway, have got this little thing called No Mow May, where they don't cut the grass for May, so the grass is too long to use most cars. And then they cut the grass in June, and it leaves all the dead grass down, so that cogs up your sort of drive shafts and things like that. So actually, a lot of the summer, the fields locally to me are not really suitable. But we did go out, and I find actually the bigger cars tend to do better. So Mark was running his Sparks, which is a 1/8 buggy, same size as this one here, and it struggles because of the length of the grass. Where I was running a 1/7 scale short course truck, the Grand Apache, and it was just a little bit higher off the ground. It performed amazingly, didn't get clogged up nearly as much, and had a really fun time. Now, the biggest problem that both Mark and I have is we've got some amazing RC cars. I mean, on this table right now, we've got the SBX 825 race spec 1/8 e-buggy. This has now got some budget electrics in it, and I'm going to take it to Hearts very soon to test it out. We do need to look at what tyres we need to run, but this is a fantastic car. Just need to find time to use it. Then over here we've got my blue, super blue RB10 Retro, and again I have actually, let me just show you this on the inside. I've got myself some nice blue wires there, and made it super pretty on the inside. So this car is pretty much ready to go, but because of where I've moved the ESC to up the front here, I need a sensor cable that goes from the motor all the way down to here. So I've ordered myself a sensor cable for that one, and hopefully we can get that one out racing very soon. Let me just put that shell back on. I'm really excited about the potential of this RB10, and I do think this summer this is going to be the car that I use the most, especially at clubs like Hearts. I know Mark's been over there a couple of times, but I want to be running the RB10 over there. I've kind of hung up the modern buggy for the time being. Mark's working on the LD3 as we speak. I've got a couple of rounds of fronty racing, which I'm very much looking forward to doing with the FT9 and the Vibe FT. The other project that I've got on the go, and I've recently just sorted out the tyres for, is my short course truck. Now, I was hoping to get that ready for round one of the Truck Nationals, which I have missed, but there are plenty more rounds to go, and I'm hoping to get to Truck Nationals with the PR Racing SCT10. I fantastic car. I've already had a little bit of success with that, running it over at Mill End, and I will be running it again over there very, very soon. This is the Vibe FT. And again, I've got my electrics here, which I've soldered up and measured up. The ESC actually gets fitted inside the front bumper, and therefore again I need a really long sensor cable to reach all the way back to where the motor's placed. So I have ordered a couple of those. I'm waiting on them to arrive, and I can get these two cars out racing very soon. This one, again, the electrics are now in it. I just need to get some wheels on it and get it over to Hearts and get some proper track action running these cars. I'm actually struggling to get out at the moment to race, and therefore these little pop-along sessions that I've been doing with Mark just at the local field, taking my son over, I can go there for an hour and a half to 2 hours and literally get an hour and a half to 2 hours off stick time, back-to-back batteries, run it as long as I can. Whereas if I go away for a race meet, I might be out the house for 5 to 6 hours, probably only get about half an hour of track time. So I am getting out, but it's not making for the most exciting videos, unless that's what you're into. Do you want to see more action of me and Mark at the local field, just having a play? Or would you rather us not bother and save it for when we go to the competitions? What direction do you want us to go with the videos? I'm hoping that the grass is short enough soon that we can do like a grass meetup, maybe with some vintage buggies. But locally, we're probably going to have to stick with some of the bigger stuff. So if we watch the Grand Apache going around here, you can see the back end is sliding out a little bit. We're actually able to get it into a full power drift into the first turn at the end of the straight. I had so much fun running this car. If we had a couple of these, I think me and Mark would have been giggling for hours. But on the day, we've only got one Apache. We have got multiple Sparks. I did take my Sparks there as well, but after seeing the state of Mark's after a few laps, I thought I'd stick with the bigger cars. So I think we were going to be heading back to the field very soon. I think I'll probably take the TK10, and Mark will probably take his Corrali Kagama. Maybe even the Isuga would do quite well there. Or we just have to find another spot to go to where the grass is kept a little bit shorter, and we can take out some of the smaller cars. We won't be doing a holiday camp this May, so therefore we're not going to have access to the school like we normally do, but we will definitely be back in setting up our own pop-along track in, I'm trying to think now, it'll probably be July time, maybe into August. But we have got some exciting events coming up. We've got the Popalong Rally, where I'm going to be running my Rolalo rally car. So I'm hoping that the leads come this week so I can take this car out and race it at the Carpet Legends, the final round of the Carpet Legends. I want to be running this car. I've got my FT9 just over here as a backup car, but the car I want to be running is the Vibe FT. When the weather improves, I want to get this buggy over to Hearts, maybe Neen Raceway, because they've got their summer series. I think it might have started last week, so it might be that I get over there with this. I do wonder if they'd let me run my Grand Apache over there. I know it's only 1/7, and I think they're big short course trucks, but it would be quite fun just to run it in with it. I don't know what the rules are. I've never been to Neen, but maybe that's something I need to look into as well. But yeah, if there's anything you want to see on the channel, do you want to see more builds? Do you want to see more setup videos? Do you just want to see more racing? Do you want to see more of me and Mark in the studio taking the mick out of each other? We can make content for you guys. It depends what sort of thing you are after. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and hopefully we will see you trackside or in another video.